So back in 2016, the brand Juliette Has a Gun released a perfume called Mmmm. Of course, this was a follow-up to the very popular Not a Perfume, which is a singular perfume containing one ingredient. And so we can always expect something a little bit on the different and quirky side to emerge from this brand. Well, in today's episode, we're going to be talking about a vanilla, caramel, and raspberry combination with a touch of almond in the way of heliotrope. I'm excited to give you my thoughts on this one and also let you know why I think this is a great purchase for Valentine's Day, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin this video and I tell you all about Mmmm by Juliette Has a Gun, what it smells like, what I get from the performance and all of that good stuff, I do want to mention that if you are a fan of fragrance-related content, please do consider supporting this channel by subscribing to it. Make sure to enable all notifications by clicking on that bell icon, and of course, give this video a thumbs up if you take something of value from today's episode. I also want to start things off by saying that if you are interested in purchasing this fragrance, you may do so at twistedlily.com. I used to visit them all the time when they were in Brooklyn. Such an amazing store, great folks working there. Customer service is also superb. I'm gonna leave all of the information down below. They have a lot of really hard to find niche fragrances, and so you can always sample the brand new releases by checking them out. And of course, they also have this one. Now, if the bottle didn't give it away, this is kind of on the sweet, sensual, and romantic side, and it does possess a lot of qualities in here that make it such an ideal and optimal scent for a romantic occasion. And of course, when you think of Valentine's Day, it's certainly a holiday dealing with romance and, chocolate and roses. This doesn't necessarily contain rose. It has tuberose, and it also has a little bit of iris in here as well. And instead of chocolate, the substitution is caramel. But this is an awesome fragrance, perfect for a date night and a night out with your significant other. And despite the fact that it came out in 2016, I still love wearing it today. So I'm excited to give you my thoughts in regards to the smell. Let's start things off with the presentation. So right in the opening of this fragrance, you are going to get a hearty dose of raspberry. So I get this sort of raspberry and almond combination. And to be honest with you, I don't necessarily get almond because it's heliotrope that's listed in the note breakdown. And that also has an almondy quality while having a little bit of sweetness attached to it as well. So I'm getting like this almond nuance combined with raspberry, so it opens up very fruity, very juicy. If I'm remembering correctly, there's also a bit of geranium in here, and geranium gives off a bit of a rosy vibe. And so even though this doesn't explicitly contain rose per se, it does have geranium, which gives off a little bit of that rosy vibe. So I love how, they put it in a red bottle, and from a synesthetic vantage point, you have the geranium, you have the raspberry, you do have a lot of these red ingredients that sort of evoke that olfactive hue. And so that opening does last for quite a bit of time. I was surprised. You'll get the raspberry easily for a couple of hours, but right from the opening, there is a sweetness that becomes immediately apparent. So you're gonna get that vanilla and you're gonna get that caramel. You're also gonna get something earthy in the base, but I feel like that earthiness is being dominated by the vanilla and the caramel, which is really, really enjoyable. And so it opens up rather sweet. There's this creamy saccharine quality about it, which I think is a perfect complement to the raspberry. So not only does it open up fruity, but it also has an equal amount of sweetness to complement the fruitiness. So really, really well done. Now, of course, in here, you're also going to get a touch of iris, a touch of tuberose. And really what I think they do is they make it a bit more sensual. They're not overdone. And so you're not going to get a whole lot of iris or a whole lot of tuberose. And the reason I say that is because this fragrance doesn't smell like lipstick. And that's typically something that not only myself, but a lot of people associate with the smell of iris. And yeah, I'm not really getting that here, but I am getting a lot of heliotrope. And the heliotrope is what is giving off that almond-like aroma. And I think that that's also what has made a lot of people compare this one to Hypnotic Poison by Christian Dior. And while I do get the connection, I think it's only like a 60% similarity. This definitely goes in its own direction because in my opinion, this is much fruitier and much sweeter, but there's also like this sophisticated musky quality in the base. Wow, very, very well done. And of course, the type of fragrance that would make you say, mmm, as soon as you smell it. So I actually had my wife try this 2 days ago. She loved it. And so she said, leave this upstairs. It's one of the fragrances that I'm going to be wearing. And my wife loves fragrances like Santal 33, Knock on Wood by Tory Burch. She also likes anything with coconut in it. But there was something about this fragrance, I suppose the sweetness. And she also really likes Musk Therapy by Inicio Parfum. And so she loves this one. I'm really enjoying this one as well. And I'm excited to wear it more in the colder weather because I think despite the fact that it has florals, it has enough of those sweet base ingredients that also make it a really good contender for the winter time. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. So first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, sure, I made a comparison to Hypnotic Poison by Christian Dior. And of course, with that, we can make a comparison to Pegasus by Parfum de Marly. And with that, we can make a comparison to High Frequency by Inicio Parfum. So there's a lot of fragrances that kind of have like that sweet almondy quality. But at the end of the day, this one does its own thing. Not as sweet as like an Etro Heliotrope. That one is really sweet. And then I think Dulce Aqua by Profumum Roma is like twice as sweet. So this one is sweet, but it's rather subtle in the way that it conveys its sweetness. So I think it's a very versatile fragrance. Love the smell of this one. Actually, one of my favorites from the brand. I know Not a Perfume is pretty cool. Sunny Side Up is also quite good. It all depends on your personal style, but I do enjoy the smell. Longevity on this one, 8 hours on my skin. Projection was great for the first hour of application. It did radiate beyond an arm's length slightly, and then it didn't start to sit closer to the skin until about that 5.5 to 6 hour mark. In terms of the versatility, any season, any occasion, you can wear this one casually because as one of these niche perfumes, it's actually on the affordable side of things, which is great. So you can wear this casually, you can wear it formally, perfectly unisex. I think this might appeal to somebody who's a little bit younger just because of the sweetness. But again, anybody can wear this. Perfumes are open to anybody of any age, sex, gender. Presentation on this one is pretty cool. I actually like the quirky name of it. I would imagine that it would be a little weird asking a sales associate, do you carry Mmmm? What are you gonna say? Do you carry 4 M's and an ellipsis? And so I think it's a cool name, quirky. I'm really enjoying it. My final verdict on this fragrance is, if you are a fan of fruity fragrances, you like notes like raspberry and almond or heliotrope, vanilla, caramel, some subtle, soft, floral ingredients, definitely check this one out. I think it's an awesome release, despite the fact that it's already 6 years old. Wow. But in any case, I'm excited to wear this one more. Very happy to have had the opportunity to review it for my loyal audience. Again, if you are interested in picking this one up, you may do so at Twisted Lily. All of their information is going to be down below. Super kind folks working there, great customer service, very reliable, fast shipping, everything that you would want from a retailer. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it. It's absolutely free. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you took something of value. Hit that notification bell. Love you guys for your support. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.